So I brought you here for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason I brought you here is to talk about, well, those two really. One is to tell you some news about the future of Comer, future of Noble, and the second is to talk to you about some incentives that we have. Freshmen and sophomore, we got a week and a half until the Explore and Plan test. You better know what rewards are in it for you for doing great. And so we're going to get to that as well. So the juniors and seniors, we had a long story of our history and what brought us to this point. And I'm going to give you the very quick version because I don't want you to miss too much class time. So here we go. Here's the quick. You guys heard this on the first day of school, but there are a lot of decisions, small decisions and small pieces of generosity that put in motion the school that you work in right now. And it started with this man, Gary Comer, who grew up in this neighborhood, who went out to start Land Zen, sold it for $2 million, and instead of just running with the punishing back when he grew up in, the home, youth center, the farm, the garden, the health clinic, orchard, the library, all of over $80 million in philanthropy that Mr. Comer has brought to this neighborhood. The biggest piece of that missing in all of this is the thing that changed his life forever. So you've heard this story before, but I think it's important to understand how far we've come. So Noble Street started in 1999 on the west side of Chicago. And it started growing. We'll talk about that in a second. Well, I was in LA, and I came here to Chicago, moved back to Chicago, started here at College Prep. But when I started it was just me. I was assistant principal at Noble Street College Prep, and the name of our school was South Campus College Prep. The name of our school was South Campus College Prep. It was just me as an assistant principal talking about this theoretical school that didn't exist yet at South Campus College Prep. And then it became Noble South College Prep. And we were up in that office up there. You see where the pink index cards are? We were next to that, to the left, right here next to the booth. That was our office. We had two pieces of furniture, a phone, two chairs, a table, and a phone. And we were built South College Prep. Real kids, no teachers. I hired Mr. Patoki back there on his phone. I hired Mr. Patoki, and he sat across from me at that table. Started recruiting students, hiring teachers, and Noble South College Prep began to become a school. And then it became Gary Comer College Prep. And it started with the people. You'll recognize all those people, from Mr. Carlson to Mr. Lamb to Ms. Cooley to Ms. Wade to Mr. Patoki to Mr. Thomas. A lot of people who are now working for the network, Ms. Jordan, Ms. Keeley, Ms. Seymour, Ms. Joanna, a great team of people, great people coming together. That's not the whole staff sitting around the table up in the library before the first day of school. And that was the signage for our school. You guys don't know this because you weren't here. Some of you had siblings. And this was our school, right? That was it. A sign on the side of the news center that said Gary Comer College Prep, 150 kids. Our lockers were in the locker room. We'd walk up 4 flights of stairs to get to class. And that was our school. And we just went to school in the classroom upstairs and Gary Comer College Prep. Right, there you go. That was our school. That's Mr. Patoki in our big, huge main office. Actually, a teeny little main office right up there. That's what a school is. It's a group of people coming together, great people coming together with an idea, with kids, with a vision for what's possible. We became Gary Comer College Prep. Now that school got bigger in many ways, and a lot of big impact. Like we built it. Taking the industry, becoming the highest performing non-selective school on the south side of Chicago. Starting in middle school, that serves 150 kids, and next year will serve, in the next few years, will serve 400 kids. Whose lives will be changed forever. And we had 100% of our students, our alumni, enroll in college. 96% still persisting in the 5 you mark in college every second. That plan is still back. 100% graduating from college, and I expect that everyone in this room, they are leading the path as they have since the beginning. And that's the school, Gary Comer College Prep. The Same time as Noble, right? So Noble, you guys are part of the Noble Network of Charter Schools. Noble started in 1999, just 150 kids as well. And then in 2005, when they got to full capacity, and they had their first graduating class the same year as us, they had 500 kids that go to a Noble school. That's it, 500 kids. And then a year later, we opened up 2 new schools. We had 800 kids in the city of Chicago. 800. And then in 2007, when I came to Noble School, we had 1,400 kids, but 1,100 of them were in 9th and 10th grade, just like everyone in this room right now. Most of the kids were in 9th and 10th grade. We went to school. In 2008, when we opened, there were 1,900 students. 1,300 were freshmen and sophomores. Now, there are 7,600 Noble students in the city of Chicago. From 150 kids in 1999 to 7,600 now. Think of it kind of like our school started as one small school and it's growing into something bigger. And this is the map of Chicago and where we have Noble schools. It started with just one school on the near west side, and now there are schools everywhere. And one of the things I'm most proud of with our school is we were the first on the south side of Chicago. And a lot of people told us, a lot of people told me, when they heard I was starting a school on the south side, it's not possible. There's never been a successful school on the south side to get the results that Noble Street has gotten. I don't believe it's possible. And now today, we stand with 3 schools on the south side of Chicago. There are 2 more coming next year. There will be 5 Noble schools on the south side of Chicago. From going from 150 kids who people said couldn't do it, to what will be thousands of kids doing it. But I actually don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough Noble schools. It looks like a lot, but it's not. Let me demonstrate this. This over here is basically the number of kids going to a Noble school. If this were the city of Chicago, and you were all the kids in the city of Chicago, this is the percentage of kids going to a Noble school. Now, we can add selective enrollments who are doing a good job. So this many students over here are getting a great college prep education. Everyone over there, you're not. All right, bring it back. It feels like a lot of schools, and 7,600 feels like a lot of kids, but it's not a lot of kids when you think about a city that needs to change forever. And you know that if you get a great education, poverty, segregation, crime, violence, people who get a great education go on to do great things, and then they expect that of their kids as well. They say, my kids need to go to a great school too. And think about if the city of Chicago, instead of just those couple tables over there, was Noble, let's say Noble tripled in size, and everyone over here got a great education and expected their kids to get a great education, or just today we can have to fill us out, we'll split it, right? Let's say everyone over here got a great education. But the idea being, that changes the city forever. Regardless of your race, regardless of where you live in the city, you get a great education. Think about that. But we can't do it right now. And the biggest thing stopping us is the heart of any school. I'm sure this is all right. This is the heart of the school. Just like you saw our school sitting around the table. Just like you saw our teachers sitting around the table when the school started. Just like you saw our teachers sitting around the table, great people is what makes a great school. But we don't have enough great people for Noble to keep growing. And even though I love Homer, and I love this place, and I started this place, and I can't imagine leaving it, I know that solving the problem, the larger problem, which is having more great schools, so that every kid gets a great education, and our city changes forever, requires us finding more great people. And so, this will be my last year in fifth grade. I know it's big news, but I'll be taking over as Chief Talent Officer for Noble, which means I'm staying at Noble. I'm staying here in Chicago. You'll still see me around. When you're off in college, I'll still visit you in college. When you finish your first semester, when you finish your second semester of college, you'll still have me in front of Facebook. You gotta be enjoying your college. But, so I'll still be around in that capacity and actually have a lot more flexibility to go off and work from Urbana or Madison or wherever we have alumni. So I'm not leaving you in the making sure that you're successful sense, but I'm leaving you in the I'm physically in the building sense. And it might not be the right decision. But I think it is. And I think that sometimes we make decisions that aren't popular, that we don't know if they're right or wrong, but we do it because we think it will be greater impact. But I do know more kids getting a great education is important. And I think getting great teachers is the answer. So I'll be in charge of getting more great teachers for Noble. And one of those elements will actually be building a pipeline of teachers. So when you're in college, and if that's something you're thinking of doing, we'll be in touch. Because we'll be making sure that we're building a pipeline of our alumni who are coming back to also become great teachers and change it so that every kid gets great education. So we need to cool. And so, I'm going to tell you, so we have a big congratulations to this person who, from an engineering degree to being a scientist to being one of the best teachers I've ever known of, to moving here to Chicago this year to change the face of our school and make our school even better than it is under my leadership. So a big congratulations to his career. Now I know it's okay that you're chatting a little bit here, right? Because there's a lot to think about, a lot to process, and know that I'm available to talk. This career is available to talk. Happy to talk this through more in person with people who want to do that. But I know, just like the teachers have embraced the idea that this career is going to be principal, the things are still going to be great. Think about how far we've come in 5 years. I can't imagine what Homer's going to look like in 5 years from now, and I can't imagine what Noble's going to look like 5 years from now either. It's going to be amazing. She's going to be an amazing person. But I'm here for the finish line. I will be a catamount for life. I am a catamount. It's still my favorite animal. And I love it. I am a catamount. And even though I'm going downtown to work, I'm still going to be a part of your lives. I'm still going to make sure that you're successful, and I still expect every one of you to go to graduate from college. And that doesn't change. So I've been with my wife 13 and a half years. I tell you guys that because I'm not good for it, right? But I think it's important whenever you're giving news of this magnitude. It would be a lot easier for me to send you a letter and say, hey, here's what's happening. But I think if you respect someone, that it's important that you tell them news, whether it's good or bad, in person. And that's why I wanted you all here in person, so that I can tell you myself. You didn't hear it through the grapevine. You didn't hear it from other people. You heard it from me. This is not goodbye yet. We still got a big town hall to go. We've still got graduation. We've still got a lot to happen. My car is still on the table. Speaking of incentives, we got to talk about the Explorer plan. You know what? What do you think? Mr. Greer, your principal, next year. Do you think we should do it now, or do you think we should wait? Mr. Greer, do you think we should do it now, or should we wait till Monday to tell them about the prizes? No.